What's up, boys and girls? We're talking about marriage, weddings, all that good stuff. We hope you enjoy it, and we hope if you're dating somebody to date them for, I don't know, a good long while so you really know they're the right one before you get married. That's just our advice, but we'll get more into that after this
We also
beautiful
talk about
song.
Hurricane Katana.
No, we don't. Get out of my intro, please.
You did it to me.
Well, I mean, it was contextually, it felt nice. It was natural. This is just forced, like a lot of marriages are in Utah County. Woo! All right, peace out. Bye.
Marriage, love, true love, is what brings us together today. Welcome back
I
to the
don't like that
podcast.
at all.
Do you even know what that's from?
Is it The Princess Bride?
Only because I just said that.
Yeah.
Wrong. Princess Diaries.
No, The Princess Diaries sucks, especially compared to The Princess Bride, which is a masterpiece.
But hey, I mean, how does a princess become a queen? Marriage.
Okay.
Which is what we talking about today.
Damn, good job, buddy. I'm impressed. I didn't see that coming.
Thank you.
So, Ryan, you had an announcement to make on this one. Marriage. Do you want to share it? It's right at the beginning.
Yeah.
It's a good time to share it, yeah.
I hate this conventional marriage trope that Mormons are partaking in.
That's not what I meant, but go on.
Well, yeah, Sean and I are moving in together, so hopefully these are the first steps into what could be a lifelong event,
I'm really
if you will.
I'm really happy for you guys, yeah.
We're also living with a small Asian boy, so we'll just pepper that in and see how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
We could. I think he's more of our dad figure in a sense.
Yeah, it's like having a dad and a son at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
That,
It's like you lecture him, but he lectures you, and so you're just confused.
You just gotta take turns.
he plays the piano beautifully, though.
Is he like...
Pretty good.
Anyways.
All right, we're getting lost in the sauce here, but I think what matters is that we're talking about marriage and weddings and all of that nature.
Yeah.
Man.
What are we kicking off with? I don't have any announcement today to make, so get fucked, Brayden. I don't know what you're talking about.
Been years, Ryan. We want it.
I am aware that people assume that should be the norm here in Utah, but I personally
Let's kick it off with that. Why do
disagree.
Why do many young...
Mormons want to get married so early after dating for 2 months because they want to fuck. They want to have sex. That's what it comes down to.
I was going to say that, but in a little more mellow way.
No.
but-
This is real. And if you feel like I'm attacking you, I am.
I am. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong. I'm not going to tell anyone how to live their life. I'm going to tell me how to live my life and make commentary on what I think is stupid. But whatever. How can you marry someone you've only... Because, like, honestly, you hear so many, like, especially Haley, she goes to BYU, so she hears all these stories of, like, people just getting married so damn fast. And it's like, that's crazy. You don't even know after, like, I would say even after a year. Braden, you've dated someone for a year.
I would never marry someone after 1 year.
Yeah, that's wild.
I don't know.
1 year, and yet people are doing it for months, just a couple months. It's like, oh yeah, this seems right.
Whenever I hear people be like, yeah, they dated for 2 months, now they're getting married, I'm always like, that's exaggerating. Like, that's messed up. Like I get it. Like, they dated, like, they didn't date for very long, whatever. But I was at school, and I genuinely heard someone, they're like, yeah, I'm like, we're getting married. Like, I already proposed, and we, like, it came up, and they're like, yeah, we've been dating for 4 months now. I'm like, that's messed up, dude.
Wow.
If you're,
You know what?
if you're,
It's a filthy divorce coming right at you.
if your engagement time is longer than the time that you've dated, I will be there at the courthouse on your divorce date.
To laugh or
I don't know. Throw
confetti.
no. What's the thing you throw at the birds that makes them explode? Rice. Yeah.
Yeah, throw some rice at them.
Throw some rice at the people and the birds. I don't know what have
No,
you.
see, I'd love to see these couples like 20 years from now, if they're still couples.
You know what they do? You know why they're still couples 20 years from now?
Because the kids.
Because they get kids. Because after 3 years, they're like, wow, we're probably not meant to be for each other. We're going to keep lying to ourselves to live a happy life, which is fine. But let's throw a kid in the mix.
Yeah.
And let's pump out like 6 of those bad boys and buy a minivan. Take them to church.
Honda Odyssey.
It's
You
only
call
2
them bad
hours now
boys,
anyways.
like they're just like creating these little bad boys on an assembly line. Like
That's what they
let's
are.
get 50 of those bad boys. I want them shipped out to Chino, Kentucky, and Ontario.
Is that where they're going on their missions?
No, they name them.
Yes.
They name them these dumbass names with like 4 extra letters than there needs to be. Just normal names with stupid spelling.
Are you making fun of Brixton?
Yeah, I'm making fun of Brixton.
Is it pronounced Brighton?
What?
Brighton Rock is a badass name, actually. Now that I think
Brighton.
about it,
Brighton.
like that Queen song.
Hmm.
Brighton Rock.
No, but let me
Shit,
tell
I'm
you
writing
guys
that
a
down.
story about my
Please.
brother, my sister-in-law.
Please share.
So, my brother, he gets back from his mission. He's been back for a month. He meets this girl named Johnny. Dates her for a week.
Johnny.
Yes.
Dates her for a
Joni. Dates her for a week.
Johnny.
Maybe it was 2 weeks. No, it was like a week.
Uh-huh.
Proposes to her.
After a week?
After a
Tell your
week.
brother he's an idiot. I'm sure you have.
I can't do that.
Okay.
I can't do
You
that.
have to.
No, but so
Please go on.
he proposes to her. Then a week, 2 weeks, something like that. Then they're married within the next month. So within 2 months, they are married, and they have. Oh, but see, I don't even care because now I have the most beautiful niece and nephew, and they are
How long have they been married for?
my life. Coming up on 2 years now.
They have 2
okay.
kids.
And they have 2 kids.
Ooh.
That is pumping them
That is-
out.
No,
That
they-
is a high turnover rate.
No, they plan on having a lot of kids.
Oh, shit.
They are the epitome of like the top tier Mormon family, and it's going to be so much fun.
Which I hate that we have to talk about this because in any other state, I feel like the Mormon religion might come up as like a joke, like haha, like I might have 6 wives kind of thing. Like
LOL.
LOL, good one. But here it's like, we have an epidemic on our
We
hands.
do. Utah is fighting opioids, divorce, young
Oh,
marriage,
gosh.
the weather. It never stops.
Mother Nature's coming at us.
I get riled
Babe.
up over this conversation too. So yeah, if you haven't noticed already, I used my
I like
first
it.
F-bomb in like 10 episodes. I want to like reserve them so that when it comes out like it did then, it's nuanced. Do
Like
you know what
like
I mean?
a PG-13 F word.
Yeah, like a PG-13.
You only got
F-word.
one.
Oh, you only get one. You got to save it.
Are you talking about the one? Like I'm talking about the guy. What was it? Lincoln.
Lincoln, the Steven
Oh,
Spielberg
yeah.
Lincoln. I haven't seen that.
He's like, well, I'll be fucked.
It's like the most unprecedented fuck in PG-13 ever. It's like so stupid the way they put it. That just reminded me of that. Sorry, bad sidetrack.
Venom
Story
had
time.
a dumb one too.
quick story time. So me and my family went and we saw Lincoln,
Mm.
and my dad had us walk out because of the swearing. He was like, they did not swear. They were men. They were,
They owned slaves too,
They were
Dad. What do you want me to do
God-fearing
about that?
but no. Oh my gosh. See, okay, but one thing that gives going back to marriage or early marriage. One thing that gives me hope about like these kids like getting married after like 2 months of knowing each other. There it
I
is.
haven't seen that yet.
Now I know you guys
That's
can't see it,
fire.
but Ryan is.
Ryan just took off his hoodie and he pulled out the "Your Life's a Lie" with Brayshawn and Wright T-shirt.
Oh my
and oh my
gosh.
god, is it fire, dude? That's so. I want one.
Where can I get one?
You can make one.
Yeah.
I'll buy you a shirt and you can get it. I don't know, like 6 months.
See, I have enough vinyl for one more shirt.
That hoodie.
Hey,
Ooh, that's kind of
Nah.
fire.
I'm
That'd be
keep-
sick.
I'm gonna keep this one plain,
Okay,
but I'll put it on a
$15
shirt
hoodie at like H&M.
anyway.
I have one of those.
I do
We
too.
digress. But have you
that's
guys ever heard those stories of like those old couples? Are like, yeah, I knew her. The first time I met her, I had fell in love with her, and I knew her for a week. We were engaged, and we've been married for 80 years happily.
That's how my grandma and grandpa are. He was like 18 and she was like 14.
Whoa!
Or no, it was like 16 and 12. And then And then they got married when she was like 17 or 18, I think. I might be wrong. My mom will like call me when she hears this episode. She'll be like, yours was wrong.
Your facts are wrong.
And then she'll argue with me again about the whole marriage thing.
Yeah, my mom and dad
She'll-
still haven't listened to my podcast.
She'll
Rip,
say your
no big
shoes
deal.
look like slippers, the kid shoes.
She'll just wreck me on
Good
Facebook.
roast.
My mom is wild.
Oh, man.
Just curious, what age were your parents married at?
Like 20 and 21.
Okay,
My
Sean?
parents were pretty old. I think my dad was like 30.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah, they got married late because like they're old now.
Uh-huh.
Like because they were like because my parents have always been older than like the kids in like my or like the parents of like all the kids in like my
I
classes.
thought you were gonna say they have always been older than people their age.
They've always been
They've
older
had
than
old
people
souls.
their age.
They've always been older than me. That's a fair claim.
That was a
Mhm.
fair claim.
Yeah.
So there was one you were saying. I'm sorry. You were saying there was one thing that gives you hope about young marriages.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was the sorry. I've kind of said them separately, but it's the old people. You
Oh,
know,
yeah,
like the
yeah,
old
yeah, I
people that are
get ya.
still
My
married
bad.
after so long, and they eloped. They like eloped or
I know, but like
Got married
back
or
in the day, like 60 years ago when you got married, like it's a very different thing now, dynamic than it is now. Where like women, like hell yeah, you're encouraged to go to school and make money too. Do you know what I mean? Like that's freaking awesome.
That's
Back
cool.
then, it was like you
It's
really
valid
moms,
point.
wives
It
didn't
wasn't
really
the
do that.
same.
If they left, if they tried to leave their husband at the age of 40 or 50, there was nothing they could do unless they got married again. You know what I
that's
mean?
valid. That is a valid point.
It's a very different time now. So
I'm sure some people will listen to that statement and be upset about it.
what statement? Which one?
Where like 60 years ago they were like the housewives, which is okay.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
Hell,
no.
being a housewife even today is still freaking phenomenal. Like I
Yeah.
couldn't be a mom. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's
I couldn't.
freaking insane. Moms are out there just
But that was
kicking
definitely
ass.
just how it was back then.
Yeah, I mean,
But
it's-
now they're going, like, everyone's going to school and everything in school.
yeah,
I don't know, dude. Getting married. So, dude, there are people younger than me getting married,
yeah,
which is
that's
wild.
insane.
I'm a kid. I'm a baby.
Yeah.
I'm a child, dude. Dude, my parents were married before, like, younger than I am right now. My
Oh,
parents
really?
were both married at 18. Yeah.
Really?
I think my mom just turned 18 and my dad was 18.
He's like, finally,
Is it just the area? Like it's like it can't be like this
Dude,
outside
it's
of
the
Utah.
water. I don't
something in the
know.
water is like, yo, get married.
That's why I drink Fiji only.
Ew. That's why I'm spending $400 a month on Fiji water.
Hey, bro, I'm not married yet. I'm just saying it correlates. Positive correlation right there, baby.
I think
Okay.
I hate the notion too. Like if you go outside of Utah, like I think the average person gets married at the age of like 25.
Really, I like
Yeah.
that age.
That's a
That's
good
a
age.
nice
I
age.
like that
After
age.
dating for
You're
like
ripe.
3 years
Yeah,
at
sure.
minimum. Like it's usually like 3 to 5 years. 'Cause
What
it's
is
like
the youngest you would go?
to
like
marry
how-
someone?
Yes,
Probably
Like 3 years.
3 years.
I was gonna say 23, but I was like, no, that's in like
23
I'm gonna be
years, eh?
22 next. I'm gonna be 22 next year. So like
Oh,
maybe
so
not.
he's answering.
Maybe not.
He's answering with age. Braden, you're asking
Like
for
how long?
length
How
of
long would you
dating.
date someone?
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I would want it to be
Like one
minimum,
good date, and we're headed to Vegas.
minimum of a year. Like
I think just
yeah.
a year.
yeah, minimum of a year.
I think that's fair.
Think,
I'll take that.
I'll
I think
also
that's
take that.
enough to like
Once it
to
gets
know a
down in the
person.
months, I'm like,
No.
that ain't gonna fly with
But
me.
it's like even after a year, like think of how much stuff changes in your life, and think of how different you are right now than you were a year ago.
Yeah, it's wild.
So it's like throwing another person into that mix. You have to grow and adapt with someone. Do you know what I mean? Over like
and live with
over
them.
really shitty
Mhm.
parts of your life and really good parts and really in betweens. Like you have to live like a couple years where it's like everything could go wrong, everything could go right in the next year, and so
Everything
it's like
will go wrong and everything will go right.
Yeah.
And then you can experience that with each other.
yeah, and it's like you want to make sure that that's somebody who you can handle with and you can live with and cope with. Because I agree, I love the idea of like living with someone before you get married. I think that's just the natural, smart way of doing things instead of like, you know, God forbid things don't work out a year or two down the road or whatever after you marry them or live with them, and then it's like you're done for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Either you get a divorce at the age of 22 or 23. Or you just live the rest of your life with them and you're not exactly happy.
Yeah.
The one thing that
But hey, still hit it though.
still hit it.
Still hit it though.
No, the one thing that bugs me most about like just like the recklessness of young marriage, and I'm gonna call it like reckless, is just like they like they have kids so young. Like you are still a kid yourself. Like even if you're like 20, like 21, 23, like most of these people, they're just like not mature enough to handle a freaking kid and like develop this child to like a healthy human
Get
being.
a dog first.
Get a dog first. That's my plan. I want to have a dog for like a good like 5 years before like I have a kid.
5 years, dude?
I don't want to own a dog
21.
or a,
I mean, be that as it may.
Okay.
Now, but 5 years, maybe that's too long. But I'd like to have a dog first and like make this like dog a functioning member of society. Dog society. Anyway, sorry,
what
I'm
about
digressing.
a turtle that like has a desk job. How would you feel about parenting that?
He's an accountant.
He's in school right now, actually.
He's actually
Top of his class.
in,
Look at him, he's got a
the-
little
in
pair
the
of
plumbing
glasses
right
on.
now,
No, but
swimming with his friends.
distracted
After I
from
flush
that.
him down the toilet.
But yeah, like I think like if like you shouldn't have kids that young because you're not mature enough yourself. I mean, you really need to get your shit figured out. Like be certain about yourself and the person that you're with before you bring another human being into this world because they're like that child is so vulnerable at that age. I mean, you're just going to there's just so many possibilities of fucking them up for good because you're still young and don't even know what you're doing. I think that's probably the worst thing about young marriage,
That is scary.
in my opinion.
Ah,
I don't know.
I got in a kerfuffle with my mom a
kerfuffle.
couple weeks ago over this topic.
Okay.
'Cause, I mean, for years she's been like, "When are you getting married? When are you getting married?" To the point where it's like, "Hey, I was looking at rings for you online. Do you want to see them?" I was like, "No."
I don't want to see them, Mom.
and I made the point because all of my experiences, I haven't been to too many weddings at all, but I've noticed that a pattern at like Mormon weddings, it's always like, sorry, Braden was taking a photo of me in my new shirt.
It's fire, dude.
No, it's always like the joke is like sex. Do you know what I mean? Like it's almost all about sex in a way.
The weddings are?
The weddings
Like,
are.
yeah, what are you doing tonight?
Yeah, it's like, oh, why are they calling me on their wedding night, huh? And it's like, obviously, like, sex is an important thing to that, but, like, I honestly feel like Mormon marriages, from what I can see, seem to be all about, like, sex. Do you know what I mean? Because
it's not like they're all about sex. That's kind of, but, like...
that's the vibe I've gotten from every single one that I've been to, is, like, that's the joke. That's, like, what's the important part, and it's like that's not what marriage should be about. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, I think that's going to be how a wedding is going to be anyway.
No, because any other wedding would be like they've lived together or they've probably had sex before.
That's like the
That's
majority.
fair.
That's how it is.
We're not getting married to smash. We're getting married because we like each other a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, and it's like that thing. Like
We're getting married for tax
you need
purposes.
to. We'll get to that. You need to like have somewhat of a clear conscience, free of horniness, I should say, before you make important life decisions at all, right? Like there's that meme where it's like, if I ever won the lottery, first thing I do is I'm jacking off so I have a clear mind. And it's like, that's essentially a recommended element, I suppose, to a relationship. You know what I mean? So you know it's not all about that, I would say. If that makes sense.
Like I say, fellas, before you ever send a DM to a hot girl, jack off first.
Just rub one out real quick and then decide if it's worth it.
That will clear your conscience, I'm telling you. That is the best advice I can give to any male. I'm not even kidding, dude.
Also, Braden's professor, if you're listening to this, that was Sean that said that.
No, it was me. Talk to me in class.
Stand by it.
If he listens to this, I'll lose my mind.
He's like, yeah,
dude.
I do that before I grade any paper.
He's like, I graded your paper not bad. Like, oh boy.
What do we have on the agenda, on the itinerary?
Ooh.
I noticed that if three of us open it at the same time, it just crashes. So if you guys want to open it, that would be great.
Well, I mean, first of all, what the people might want to know, and of course, since it's our first question on the list, do you think any of you are going to get married? Would you want to get married?
I will be married soon in the next 5 years, which I think is relatively soon enough.
26.
Probably earlier than that. Probably. I don't know. Who's to say?
I'm gonna put a guess. Can I put a guess on the table?
Hit it.
And it will be recorded, and it will be here
On the
So
record.
I will
And no
be
matter
right.
what happens, no matter what free will Ryan or Haley exercise, it's because Braden said it, right?
I said it. 23. Ryan will be 23 years old.
So
2 years.
a year and a half.
Mm,
That's realistic.
I'm
I
gonna,
see that.
I'm going to put 2 years.
I see that. I see a year to 2 years.
Okay.
I see that.
Haley, if you're
I'd put
listening to
money
this,
on
you
for
have a
that
number
if I
now.
had money.
With a big old asterisk on the top that says we reserve the right to issue changes.
Subject to change.
That's a little more abrasive than I'd prefer. Subject to be discussed privately to
On the
decide what's
podcast.
best. Yeah.
Why
yeah.
not? On the
Get her on the
podcast.
podcast. Let's just flush this thing out. Get Ryan's mom,
Okay.
get the bishop, get Ryan and Haley on there and
Mhm.
just see what happens.
Can I come?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys, yeah, of course.
Okay, sweet.
You can hold the mic.
Witnesses. Ooh.
Awesome.
No, they can judge. They can like referee. Like, and in this corner.
How
When
many
did-
points is that round?
Wait, when does Haley want to get married? Has she said?
I feel like every girl wants to get married sooner.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Mm.
I'm not going to speak for her.
Yeah.
I know that she did have somewhat of a disdain for young marriages after attending a semester or two at BYU.
Ah,
It's still
that would make
there.
a lot of sense.
Yeah, after you know what I mean. After you like
Dude,
everyone,
BYU was scary.
yeah.
Mm.
Like imagine asking a girl out on a date and then her asking, "What are we at the end?"
What are we?
I remember we had someone who we've had as a guest before on the podcast has told me some horror stories of like taking a girl on like 2 dates and then like planning their wedding.
That
shit.
Who was it?
is-
Yeah, take a guess.
Did
He's been on a
somebody
couple episodes.
Oh, okay.
Return missionary,
Yeah.
Ridge Payne,
Did I
fan
hear-
club member.
Fan club member.
Ridge
Yeah.
Payne?
Ridge Payne fan club.
Ridge
Yeah, oh
Payne,
yeah.
We're talking
Well,
about you.
yeah, well, we love you, buddy.
We love you. I feel
Jeez.
like a
So I feel like I will be. Braden, you feel like you'll get married someday?
I'll be at least 24.
I'll be at least 30.
It's a good age.
I don't know if I could get
Wait.
married at 30. I think at that point I'd just give up.
You're
So they-
19. Are you 19?
I'm
20?
19.
So in
You're 19
5
now?
years, so that means the girl that you're gonna marry
It's a
is
good time.
13 right now.
That sounds about right.
Sean, do you see yourself getting married?
Yeah.
You do?
Yep.
That's a kind
Your
of an obvious
answer.
question.
Well, I mean, his answer's changed. Because I
Like-
remember there was a time when I wrote that question a couple months ago. You were like, "I don't really see myself getting married."
Yeah, that's because like I was in like a really bad spot mentally. I wouldn't want to marry anybody in a state like that. But now, these days, I want to work up to a point where I can be mentally stable enough, be certain of myself enough to get married. So that's kind of like the goal right now.
Yeah.
Is to find somebody that I can marry and be in, a mental position.
Yeah,
do that.
It's important. You can't you have to be stable on your own to an extent.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like in this life, you won't be able to face everything you're going through by yourself.
Oh yeah.
Be it your friends, your family, counseling, anything like that. But like you can't just like put all of your sanity and like faith into a person because
Oh,
people
yeah.
change and people leave and some people just aren't perfect for you and that's okay.
Yeah.
But like, you know what I mean? Like you're taking the time to better yourself and that's awesome. But it's like you also want to, not that you want to have another episode or series of episodes where you're down for a long time,
Mhm.
but like hypothetically, if you started feeling really shitty for like months on end, you'd want to be with somebody at that time to like, oh, she can handle me. She still loves me when I'm depressed or when
Yeah.
I'm having these negative thoughts and things like that. And that's so important.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's part of why you should date for someone for a while. Because for 3 months, you can go, without having any problems really. 6 months, even a year. You can have a great year.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone who does.
Yeah.
Everyone we hang out with, it's like, oh man, I'm going through the shittiest time of my life right now. It's like, yeah, same.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
I think that's a good point too. Finding somebody who can be there for you in
Yeah.
the lowest of the lows.
yeah, that's so important.
So that's another thing too. You don't when you're marrying somebody right off the bat, you're not giving somebody time for that. You
No.
guys are just stuck in the honeymoon phase, and then maybe you give some curveball. You're like, oh yeah, I'm fucking dangerously depressed sometimes. And
Oh,
sometimes
by the
it'll-
way, I'm addicted to opioids.
Oh yeah, I broke my arm when I was like 13. I've just found ways to get fucking OxyContin ever since then. So,
Oh
hey,
my god! I just realized we've never smoked meth together. Would you like
to try that with me?
would
On their honeymoon, she's like, "What the fuck?"
yeah. I thought this would be a great time to bring it up. You know, now that we've already tied the knot, you can't back
You
out,
can't leave.
or at least
No.
it'd be really inconvenient.
You know, now that we've
and
had sex,
embarrassing.
I think we could smoke meth together. What do you think about that?
I thought you'd never ask.
Dude, I can't believe
I thought
how
we'd have to
crazy
wait
it
5
is
years.
to like how lengthy of a process it is to get a divorce versus how easy it is to get married.
That's true.
That's crazy.
It's nuts getting a divorce.
Yeah.
Not that
like
I've
a
been,
lot
not
of-
that I've had a divorce. My parents have.
I think it's once like you have possessions and things together. I think that's where it gets real messy. I wouldn't know, but that's
Even
where I
then, when
guess.
it's like totally agreeable, like both parties are like, yes, we want to get married, or yes, we want to get divorced, we will split it half and half or whatever.
perfectly, we're good
And
with it.
even then, it still takes so long, like court hearings and
Yeah.
judges and lawyers and all sorts of shit versus like a marriage where it's like, hey, we want to get married. Okay, sign here, sign here, sign here.
Mhm.
You're good. Go to the
I feel like-
chapel, go
I
get
feel
married.
like buying a car is easier than getting married. Or buying a car is harder. Excuse me.
Walked into Walmart and got a certificate for marriage. It can't be this easy. Disgusting.
Disgust.
This is Trump's America.
This is Trump's America. I can get married in 10 minutes. Is there a speed run for marriages?
It's like those speed dating bars. I've never seen one in real life or heard of one, but like in TV shows, there's always like you go to an event and there's like
you like there's
2
like a
minutes
bell.
with each person.
Uh-huh. And then once the bell rings, someone gets up and moves, and you talk to someone.
That's
else.
literally what dating is like in Utah.
Oh my
is
God.
speed dating. Is you
Mm.
date them for 2 weeks, 2 months.
Do you think
Next
anybody? Do you think anybody like actually considers divorce? I feel like people can be unrealistically optimistic about marriage, but they just won't think a thing about divorce. Like, sorry, that kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
was
no, I
thinking
don't
of that
think
while you
divorce
guys
should
were talking
be
about that.
easy. I think marriage should just be just as hard as, or not as hard, but as lengthy of a process. But like, I don't know, maybe it makes you wonder if divorce was as easy as getting married, how many more divorces would we have? You know what I mean? Like, obviously, it's a huge lifestyle change.
Isn't the divorce rate in Utah like 50%?
That's like a national
Holy
one.
Is that national?
crap.
No, yeah,
I
it's
thought in
way
Utah it's a
higher
little
than that.
higher, but yeah, it's like
It's really
half
high.
of marriages end in divorce.
Yeah,
So
which
I
is
think
wild.
that brings up the question: if like divorce rates are that high, how important do you guys think marriage actually is?
That's very
Uh,
important.
It's pretty.
It's
important.
very important. What do you mean? It's. I think it's a very. I don't know. It's obviously important to society, to the legal side of everything, and just personally, like
It's
that
important 'cause
is
I
the
want to have
end all.
sex now.
You can outside of wedlock. I mean, you can't
And live in
legally.
sin.
I don't think so.
Haha,
that
I'm
was a
gonna
test.
Get married in the temple.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I'm
you're
sorry.
still contributing to society in the sense that you're, keeping up the population and everything. That's good for society.
I know, but kids who are born without parents that are married, not necessarily divorced per se, but like in a house where they're not married, are like there's like so many statistics that like do not just shack up versus getting married, because plus like a ton of tax benefits and like all sorts of stuff, like, and half of your stuff is owned, like your stuff is owned. Like if you're just dating a guy for 20 years and you have kids, he could just dip and there's no legal responsibility for him to give the kids any money or or things like that. Yeah, it's just it. So you want to get married, especially if you have kids. You get married, you know what I mean? Or split up and find a way, but don't just shack up ever.
Yep. I kind of want to talk about the wedding aspect of the wedding.
Okay.
Getting married. Like
Yeah.
the actual wedding.
I think about weddings a lot.
Do you?
I've only been to like 2 in my entire life, maybe 3.
I thought you said you just been to so many weddings recently.
No.
Oh, I thought you said that.
In all the weddings that I've
Dude.
encountered,
Okay.
albeit minimal.
I do like weddings,
Do you?
especially when Matt's there. He's always either taking pictures or he's just dancing his little heart out.
Event Matt is a different speed of
He's-
life.
He's on a whole new level.
Just you guys want a big wedding? You want a little wedding?
Like
You want a wedding on a farm?
the wedding that Jared and
Verinia.
Verinia. I always forget her name.
Verenia, gee, ooh, ah.
Stop.
No, like their wedding, I think was that was a good wedding. Like it wasn't too big. It was just like
Well, describe this so our viewers know what's
It
going
was
on.
a house, not a house, but like an event. It's essentially a house, but it's an event place
Okay.
in Payson on, so kind of near like Petite Neat,
yeah.
that
Okay.
big school with the big hill that everyone goes ice blocking in. It's kind of near there. It's like right next to it, actually. But it's just a nice
Oh,
venue, inside and
exactly.
end out. Big old staircase, ballroom.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, thank God it's not a church.
Nice.
Imagine getting married at the stake center or having your reception at the stake center.
I want to get married in the rec center.
Ooh, Provo Rec.
Provo rec.
In the pool, please.
That'd be wicked.
No,
On the
I think
court.
I think I'm a little
Boy.
torn because it's like big weddings are cool, but at the same time, it's like,
Like you don't
well,
know
here's the
anyone.
thing:
Yeah.
the more people you invite, the more stuff you get back in return. However, the more it may cost you, but you're not always the one paying for it. Like when
Mhm.
you're young, I feel like a lot of parents, if they can, or the notion is they pay for it,
Yeah.
like the bride's parents or something like
Oh,
that. Right?
yeah, that's what I'm
Gosh.
talking about.
Yeah. Hell
Oh,
yeah.
this fucker huge.
yeah. So it's like that, where it's like, so it's like kind of an investment in a way. Is you get a lot of people, and it turns out for whatever reason more people show up than you would think. Usually, you know what I mean?
It
Like people,
always is.
people you don't even really know, but
My-
they
'cause-
like know your parents.
Well, I just know because my mom is always like, "Do you want to come to this wedding with me?" I'm like, "Who is it?" And then she tells me, I'm like, "I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
Why would I come?"
Yeah,
Like
it's-
I get that quite often.
big weddings are wild. Like that doesn't really appeal to me because it's just like one of those things where it's like I like the people that I see.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's like, why have 1,000, not 1,000 obviously, but why have 200, 300 people there that I barely know versus like 50 people that are really important to me?
Yeah.
Is kind of my notion, but at the same time, it's like, it's whatever. Sometimes it's like one of those things where it's like, it's kind of like graduation. Like it's really not for you in a way.
Yeah.
Like the wedding obviously is, but like the celebration and the reception and everything is like for everyone you care about,
Not,
I think
that's definitely not for you.
which
yeah.
I think is
Ironic
interesting
a little bit.
Yeah, in a way. But I mean, I'd be down to if Haley was like, "Yo, let's just dip, let's go to Vegas." I'd just be like, "Hell yeah!" Like I think that's
Do it.
cool just to do it just on your own because that's what it's about. Is it's about you two people getting married to each other, not necessarily. And I understand that it is important for like other people. Like your mom would want to see it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I get that.
Mhm.
That's important. But at the same time, it's like do things for yourself.
Who's your best man going to be?
Both of you.
You know,
We can like
can I be a groomsmaid?
the best man.
No, unless you cross dress.
I'm in.
He could be,
Brayden's a trap.
he might
No.
be convincing.
Not gay.
What is? I know there's bridesmaids, but isn't there a male
Groomsman.
groomsman?
Yeah,
That's
that's
a
become more of a
stupid
big
name.
thing, I think.
It
Before
is.
it was just a best man.
Okay, best man
But-
and bridesmaids. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I believe. But
Okay.
then now it's like, yo, let's just shove as many people as we can into this because it's like everyone is getting married anyways. So
See, that's the awkward thing about like weddings is I think the groomsmen and bridesmaids, then you gotta choose like which is your best friend. Like
That's kind of rough.
it's gonna kind of put the bride and groom in an awkward situation. I
I know,
think.
but I think that's there's the maid of honor, but I think the groomsman was made to almost dissolve the
Best man.
best man thing. I
Probably.
think there might still be a best man, like a
I've been the best man.
a
at
head
wedding.
honcho guy. But all that I care about is like to elect whoever's best man is who can throw me the best bachelor party. That's going to be the criteria. So Sean is going to forget about it and not plan it at all. So Sean
forget to show up.
Sean might not even
Sean's out of it.
be a groomsman. We'll see.
If Sean shows up, he's in. If you're on time, bro, it's fine.
Yeah. But yeah.
I think I was a best man at a wedding.
How was that?
I think I was like 12 years old. I'm not
What?
even kidding. Yeah, I was 12. I'm pretty sure it's because the groom, now that I think about it, it was like yeah, I can't pick one of my best friends. So
Just pick Braden.
hey,
Pick
my,
the
you.
kid.
so
Kid.
my cousin, which is the wife, what's the girl
The
name?
bride?
Bride. Fuck, that was so
Jesus.
hard for me. I'm sorry, but yeah, it was my cousin, and she was probably just like, "Yo, you don't have to pick any of your friends if you pick this kid right here." He's probably like, "Yeah, sure."
Pick my cousin.
What kind of bachelor party did you throw for him?
Dude, there was so much liquor.
Nice.
Yeah, we went bungee
Stripper
jumping.
pops out of a cake.
Yeah, we had a big cake, really big cake. We got hammered, went bungee jumping,
Very cool.
and then we all had a fist fight.
Cool. And they wailed on a 12-year-old.
Gosh, that's cool.
What else
So wait,
is new?
big wedding or small wedding, Braden?
Oh, I don't know. Probably somewhere in between.
TBD.
I
Mhm.
kind of don't care that
Sean?
much.
Small wedding.
Small wedding?
Nothing too big.
Hell yeah.
I feel like it's just like, I don't know. It just like it's whatever my wife wants. My wife wants something big. Sure, something small. Why not?
Okay, honey.
Okay, honey.
As long as your parents are paying for it, that's fine by
If
me.
your parents are paying for it, throw me something wild, please. You guys want liquor at your wedding?
Yeah, I think that's hilarious.
I think that's awesome.
I
Open
told my
bar.
mom, I was like, I want an open bar at the wedding because I think that I just want to see people absolutely wrecked.
See, I've never seen a wedding with an open bar.
Me neither.
Exactly.
I've
That's-
seen it in movies and TV, and it's always hilarious.
It looks fun.
You get the best man to get up and give a drunk speech.
Yes,
I want to do that.
and he just
Drunk
reveals
speech.
something terrible.
Remember that girl last week, Ryan? It's like, what?
That was a joke. Just so
It
everyone's
was a
aware.
joke, everybody.
There was no girl last week.
The girl was Haley.
How many
Yes.
times have you gotten in trouble because of this podcast? with Haley?
Never.
Of course not.
Come on,
Shut up,
guys.
Sean.
Come on.
Shut
Okay,
up,
here's the real.
What?
Here's the real
What?
question, boys.
Uh,
This is a big one too. This is a very important question to me too.
okay.
Band or DJ?
Ooh. I
Mm,
mean, I've seen some pretty lame bands, and I've seen some pretty lame DJs.
It depends on the band and it depends on the DJ. Can you give me two options?
Combine them.
A DJ or a band?
Okay, but like what band?
I don't know. A wedding band you can realistically afford.
DJ.
Fuck DJs. Fuck you.
No, dude. I knew.
Get
What?
fucked.
See, I knew you were going to pick band.
Of course I'm gonna pick band.
Any band I can realistically afford is garbage. So I'm gonna pick DJ.
Our band, Brayden. Our garage band. Imagine that.
The one on my computer.
No, not garage band. Our band that's held in our garage. Our garage band.
DJ. Hey, DJ can play Drake. The band, can they play Hotline Bling at my
Yeah,
wedding?
A folksy cover of it.
9,000% of DJs
Get
play
fucked.
the same dumb shit all the time.
I'll be the DJ. I'll have the aux. How about that?
You just plug in your mix.
I'll plug in. I'll make a playlist.
That's what some people do, and I'm always disappointed when they say that.
Really?
Oh yeah, because it's like
I-
if you have the fucking Cupid shuffle on at your wedding, just sign the divorce papers
Oh
right there.
yeah, that's bad.
any song that requires a specific dance to go with it
Mm-mm.
is almost always bad.
Um,
99% of the time.
Any song that is played at a high school dance should not be played at your wedding.
No, absolutely not.
Do the
But here's the thing.
Cupid
I want
shuffle.
here's my idea. Here's my dream.
Yep.
Is I want a small like 4-piece jazz band for some of my wedding,
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
and then real like an acoustic band similar to like Cigarettes After Sex, that kind of vibe
Ooh.
for the slow music.
So
For-
two bands?
Two bands.
Okay.
Maybe have them battle. I don't know. We'll see.
Ooh.
We'll see how the night goes.
What if one band can do both?
That would be fire. That's
That'd be
even
ideal,
better. I'll pay
right?
him. I'll pay him double.
Okay.
But no, a jazz band.
See, I could vibe with like an acoustic kind of thing. But like I just I don't know.
Imagine freaking Tayo Cruz playing at your wedding.
Pitbull at the wedding.
Pitbull, Mr. Worldwide.
I want Dynamite to come on at my wedding.
The one song.
I want Dynamite on repeat, baby. Maybe Party Rock Anthem on repeat.
Mm.
Party rockers in the house tonight. Do you
Sad.
take this man to be your husband?
For Party
Ooh,
Rock.
Tayo
course I do.
Cruz
Of course
is the
I
one
do.
that marries you too,
No, Pitbull officiates the
Mr.
wedding.
Worldwide.
Mr.
He's
What?
like, thanks, Pitbull.
Thanks, Pitbull. Will you marry us
for coming.
already?
We pay Pitbull $100,000 to randomly shout "Mr. Worldwide" throughout your whole ceremony.
He has just a mic in the back. Mr. Worldwide.
Like, yeah.
Everyone's like, who is
Everyone's
that?
just-
Mr. Worldwide.
Thanks for coming to our Alaskan Walmart, Pitbull.
What? Oh right.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah,
Sorry.
He went to an Alaskan Walmart because they held a photo of him or something.
I shouldn't just throw in like obscure meme references and just like expect people to pick up on
If you get it, you get it. If you don't,
Sorry.
Taste my blade.
there's another one. I like that one a lot.
That's a good one.
Taste my blade.
Taste my blade.
Ooh.
Oh,
Well,
right.
These are some other fun questions.
Did Ryan and Haley already have a secret wedding that no one knows about? Yes.
No.
Yeah.
if it's being brought up, then yes.
Absolutely not.
Yes.
Why would we live in separate houses? What's the point?
I don't know.
There's no point.
I don't know.
Accomplishes nothing.
Just to know that you're married.
No. That's dumb. Bad question.
Is it
In
right to
the
marry someone
eyes
for
of
tax
the Lord
purposes?
and the state?
Is it wrong to marry someone for tax purposes?
Yes.
Yes.
Come on.
No.
Yes.
It's stupid.
It's
Come
wrong.
on. It's wrong.
Tax purposes?
It's not worth it.
What are
It's
even the
not.
benefits? I don't even know. Like, I got to know the specific, like, tax.
Someone told
There's
me
not
once.
much.
It's. I guess there's benefits, right? Like, is there schooling
There is.
benefits?
There
to-
can be, and there's all sorts of subtleties that can be exploited, but it's not worth it because then it's like you either have to stay that way for the rest of your life,
Or
or
get
you
a
get a
divorce.
divorce, which is
messy.
messy. So yeah, that's great. That's awesome.
That's only on there because we know someone.
Well, I
Should
think we
you-
can put
Bless
that
their
to
hearts,
bed.
though. What?
I think we
What happened?
we're moving on.
Sean's just like, we could put that to bed, and he just made this like silly little face, like I didn't know what he was going for.
No, I thought
Quirky.
we were done talking about that.
Oh, we are.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Sorry, that was weird.
That's
Should you be
okay.
able to marry anyone/anything?
Yes.
Like a car?
yes.
You want to marry your car?
Or a
you want to
pillow?
marry your anime pillow?
No, listen. I don't want to marry my car. I might marry the anime pillow. TBD. But
Why would you marry it when you can just date it and also date other people?
because
Yeah.
Do you want to be a cheater?
no,
Are you a
I don't-
cheater?
I don't want to date other people.
Then why
I
would
wanna-
you?
I want to date.
You're only going to date from here on out.
No, I'm gonna marry 02, my anime pillow.
02?
Yep.
That's her name?
She's beautiful.
Samus 0?
No, no. She has pink
Hmm.
hair.
You really have an anime
Hmm.
body pillow?
No, I wish I did.
Why is there a hole in it?
Hmm.
Why are there 3 holes in it?
That's my joke. No, why is there a hole in your body pillow?
That's where I keep my snacks.
No, you shouldn't be able to marry whatever you want, especially inanimate objects.
I think it's funny. That's the only
It's
reason
not
I like
funny.
it.
It's stupid.
It is funny.
It's,
Come on.
Man marries turtle. Is that not awesome?
That's pretty cool.
That's
Come on.
stupid.
That's
you can't marry a
stupid.
turtle.
Yeah, you
You
can.
can't consent to marriage.
Yeah, I
I'm
can.
totally against marrying animals, but if it's an inanimate object, I will fight for that.
No, what the fuck? No.
Have you guys seen that guy who is in love with his car on TLC?
Yeah,
I think I've seen that.
Have you
Yeah.
seen the girl that's in love with roller coasters?
Yeah.
What?
That one's messed up.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah,
I didn't think about that.
I love his curves.
he's so big and strong, and he could just lift me off the ground.
He really just gets me. It gives me butterflies.
And then like when she's on it, she's like having some sexual experiences riding it.
Is this a joke
Untouched.
or is this real?
No,
This
it's
is
real.
real.
I'll send you a link.
Please send me a link. Link, please. Someone drop a link in the chat.
Wow.
Do you like going to other people's weddings? Or
No.
not so much. No,
Not at all.
I'm not
I do.
too crazy about it either.
I kind of like it.
You like to get dressed up.
Kind of.
Getting
Like-
dressed up is fun.
Like, it depends on the wedding. Like, most of the time, couldn't care less. But some weddings are pretty fun. Dancing.
I
Love
gotta go to a
dance.
wedding next week.
Whose
Yeah.
wedding?
It's my cousin's.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Mazel tov.
What
That's not what you say after weddings, right?
do you say after weddings? Happy wedding?
Happy
job.
wedding.
Congrats.
When's the baby coming?
You did it.
In 3 months. It's a shotgun, baby.
Whew.
Shotgun weddings are scary.
What is a shotgun wedding?
When you get married because she's pregnant.
Hell yeah. Yeah, the baby's due in 3 months. Huh?
Like, what? That doesn't make sense. It takes 9 months. We're speed running it.
Ooh. Another
We're
thing.
having a really good run.
Another thing, my since my brother and his wife got pregnant so early after they got married, they had to check the ward wanted to check, or I think they wanted to check if the baby was conceived after the wedding. They're like, that's a bit
cares?
early. It's a bit early.
Screw off, Ward.
Honeymoon baby. Ooh, that's not good.
Honeymoon baby. Oh,
Yeah, that's no good.
Jesus.
That's no
Baby.
good. Think about it, boy.
oh man. There was a story I was going to tell and I totally forgot.
Where do you
what
think?
it was.
What's the wildest place a baby?
The White House? What were you going to ask? Would be conceived?
Yes,
The White House.
that's pretty sweet.
That's the dream.
Especially if you're not the president.
Especially if you're not a member of the government. That's the only way, actually, it qualifies as being awesome.
That's so badass.
That is badass.
Imagine you and your wife go to the White House for a tour, go to the bathroom, and you're like, this child was conceived at the White House.
And he will be the next president.
That's
She will be the next president.
Oh!
All right, I've
come
done
back
my
as president.
rights, my social justice rights for the day. We can call it a day.
Wow.
Wow.
What's the coolest place for a baby to be born?
The White House.
In a plane.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, then he'll be born to 20,000 feet of altitude. Therefore, he'll have the gift of flight.
A flight on the way to Malaysia.
That's got to do something weird to the baby.
In a hurricane. What's the new one going on right now? I swear there's like
Katana.
8 of them. In a katana?
Hurricane Katana.
That's not right.
No, it's Hurricane Michael.
Hurricane Michael.
Yeah.
Get some freaking scary names.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
people will start
Hurricane
respecting
Katana. How badass is that?
That's pretty
Here
sweet.
comes Hurricane
Exactly.
Keith.
Hurricane Keith or
Hurricane Driscoll.
Hurricane Driscoll.
Hurricane Hairless Apes. And everyone's like, holy shit, get
Oh
out
my
of
God.
here. Run.
Hurricane Ryan.
There already was that.
Is it really?
Like 20 years ago. There's probably a Hurricane Braden too. All the normal names. Actually,
Hurricane Shannon.
Michael.
Michael's real plain for a hurricane.
Michael is a real.
Is there a
plain
reason
name.
they name them after people? It's like who discovered the hurricane? Is that
It's like, yes, I've done it. Many people will die by the hand of my name.
by the hand of Katana?
by the hand of Michael. At least name it Miguel. It's hitting Mexico. I don't know.
Bad
Maybe
joke.
they call it Miguel.
Come on.
Boo.
Boo. Boo yourself, Braden. Get fucked. Oh.
I like that.
I think is that all we have to do with wedding talk?
God, I hope so.
Conceived in a hurricane.
Conceived in a hurricane.
Yeah.
Given birth. Baby Michael.
We named you after the hurricane you were conceived.
That killed your
In.
father.
Oh my God.
I will grow up and get revenge on that hurricane.
If we all shoot the hurricane at once.
If we all blow, it'll turn the other way.
It'll turn around.
If we get every butterfly to flap its wings, the butterfly effect will carry
We'll
it.
send it. We'll send the
South.
hurricane to Asia if we all blow on it.
Everybody leave your fans on and turn them due east.
Send it to a third world country so America can forget about it forever.
Oh my God. Boo!
That's
Boo!
fire. That's not boo. That's socially relevant.
Boo.
Your
I'm booing
your social
that.
Justice
Boo.
just went down the drain, Ryan.
That's fine.
Boo.
Let's just call it here. Let's just leave it at that.
Get fucked.
Boo.
That's it.
All
for
right.
this one.
God.
That was marriage
For all-
and hurricane.
Yeah, and
Yep.
for all of our third world country listeners, we are sorry.
We're sorry for Sean's actions.
We will remember you once
Yeah,
after the
Sean
hurricane
Driscoll.
hits.
That's messed up, man.
All right. Peace out.
Boomy!
Thank you for listening. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.